just like fell into place for Panda there. Like, how did that even happen? That's crazy.
So, Panda Stick is going to move on. If I'm not wrong, right? He won that second series 2-1. So he's moving on into the finals.
That was insane. What is... Yo, it's like... Is it the streamer luck right now? Is it because I voted for Panda to win? Is that why he won that?
Maybe. You gave him the caster's blessing. In other games, they know it as a caster's curse. For Blade and Soul, it's the caster's blessing.
Yeah, when I talk about bubble, I'm talking about the shield. Like, you know, like literally the the round shield that they got going around. And man, like I don't know, man. What's good? Oh man, I have this inkling in my heart. I feel like Panda's gonna win. And I want him to win, but at the same time, I don't want him to win because I don't want a repeat of EU. I don't want a summoner to win both the tournaments. It'll just make me upset.
I thought you were going for the summoner, man.
I was, and then at the same time, I'm not. I'm conflicted.
Alright, so Errol is stepping out to grab something. He's going to be back very soon, and the instant he gets back, we're going to be playing the second match in the semifinals. Panda Stick versus Pomf already resolved. Pomf gets knocked down to the third, fourth place, and Panda Stick will move on to the finals. Some very, very solid play from the summoner representing North America, and I don't know what else to say, man. He had a very clean, a very clear answer to whatever Pomf threw at him.
What else is to say? Panda's on the hype train right now. He's literally for prior to this tournament, like I said, we didn't expect Panda to play because he was working like a 15-hour shift. He comes into this tournament and he's just going so ham. It's so impressive right now. You would think that summoner is like... You would think that summoner would not actually make it this far into the tournament. You're just seeing Panda just every match just establishing so much control. It was so rare for Panda to have his guard down.
Alright, so Errol is back. He's readied up. Do you have Yoma in your party?
I do not. Let me get... Let me get Yoma in this.
Yoma is here. He's talking in the zone chat.
Yeah. I'm just getting. I'm just getting Yoma into this now after getting Enda to leave.
So one of the Blade Dancers has already been sent pretty much out of the tournament. I mean, they still have the third, fourth place match to play, but we're not going to be seeing a Blade Dancer winning first place, perhaps. One of them is knocked out. Let's see what happens between Daka and Yoma. And as you already mentioned, and as Enda mentioned before, Daka has already played against Yoma before, and it didn't end in his favor. And Enda did mention the limited experience he has against assassins. We'll have to see if that actually plays out the way he's expecting it to.
I would love to see Yoma actually clutching this, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's nice to have a lot of variety for the tournaments. That way we are aware of just the fact that there's a lot more colors in terms of classes, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want different players, different people. We don't want one or like a handful of these select players having so much control over the environment. Like, if the game is in beta, we like the more competitive players that we see, the more results that we see from other players, the more likely we're to see a way bigger competitive scene overall for both NA and for EU, and that's something that I truly hope for. So with that being said, is your party ready? Because it was not ready yet.
My party is ready. Yoma's not ready?
Yeah, okay, Yoma just readied up. There you go, thank you.
Okay, here we go. Perfect. So let's make sure that Errol chooses first, and Yoma on your side does go first.
Yep.
We're going into the first game of the second semifinals. We wait with
Okay.
bated breath.
Oh man,
What is gonna happen? Our first viewing of an assassin in the Imperial BNS tournament.
now we were talking about this before about how there is passive evade procs on the NA client and the EU client. So with that being said, RNG could be in really big favor for Yoma right now, and you know, like some of us, like there's a lot of mixed feelings about where assassins truly stand in terms of the tournament, and I'm hoping that assassins are a lot more popular. To be honest, I feel like they're not like in terms of like just the whole like competitiveness wise. I would like to see a lot more assassins.
Here comes the starting moments of the next match. Already using the turning leaf, and the assassin goes in. Tab spent by Errol very aggressively, and he's gonna get an air combo off of that, but Yoma still has a lot of his cooldowns. 5 points sends him into the air once again. And this could be a very dangerous situation for Errol. He's gonna go immediately for the grab, and the assassin's gonna opt to use his tab immediately on that grab. Gets the flower down, and here comes a stun. This could be really bad. He's gonna web him on the floor here. So the smoke bomb is put down for the chi generation, and here comes a big combo. A stun, the neck break, into the kick, another stealth, another neck break, and he's going to go for the lightning strike, and that's a lot of damage put onto Errol.
Yoma actually getting like a really good combo off the bat. But
Ooh, and that's a good response there. Oh
and
my god.
there's the opportunity. I feel like honestly, I feel like Yoma used his flower too early, right after he made that play. You know, he managed to get all the damage in with the cutthroat mix-ups and like just the overall whole combo. Actually 90%ing Arrow there, but like as soon as like he's done, he immediately used his flower. Like he should have just kind of dragged out a little bit more, and he just like was like, because he felt like his options weren't there, he went right for the multi-slashing iframe, and he just went right for the flower. It's like he blew everything. It's like I have nothing left. Errol, please. You know?
I think it was a very awkward situation because based on when he put the flower down, his flower might have been about to run out. And maybe he just didn't want to be caught in a situation where in the middle of the CC the flower disappears and he doesn't have that option anymore. Since he did opt to use that tab first and then put the flower down while he was comboing, maybe it put him into a really, really dangerous situation. And despite the fact that he got very good damage onto Errol, and he did have the advantage in terms of supposedly the cooldowns he had. Like you said, the instant he used his flower, he was just as exposed as Errol was. And then the blade draws we've seen time and time and time again in this tournament from the Blade Dancer just ended the match.
Yeah, he said it himself. He was basically he kind of panicked a little bit near the end there, just despite the fact that he had such a great advantage. Honestly, like it sucked for him.
Opening up against a Blade Dancer can be a little tricky for the assassin. There's a few good ways that they can get in, either by knocking the Blade Dancer down or by using the turning leaf to swap positions. And he does it right there again. He's going to get stealth, but he actually messes it up. It actually is a little bit difficult when both players are in the air to get the charge follow-up to put you into stealth off of that turning leaf. And Yoma is actually going to take quite a bit of damage from it. This is a similar situation to compared to the last game, but the Blade Dancer actually still has his tab available, so it's actually quite terrible for the assassin at this point in time. Another air combo.
Arrow just establishing so much. There is the spin on top of the deflect just to counter that. Oh man, like just so much technical play coming from Daka right now. Daka's just having so much more control over the match than Yoma in this round. It's kind of unfortunate.
Ooh, and a good backstab is going to avoid that vortex. Some unfortunate situations playing out there for the assassin, and there's a counter and a very good delay from Daka, and that's going to earn him the win. Now you notice that the instant he used that turning leaf to swap places, when he went into stealth and hit the stun, he tried to use a strafe dodge to avoid the tab from Errol. But the defensive grandmaster, that is Daka, knew exactly what was coming on, and he knew that, hey, you know, if I just hold, if I don't use my tab, the instant I come out, I have so much pressure on my opponent that he's going to get choked out of options. And that's exactly what happened.
I feel like Yoma right now is like, it's so hit and miss. You know, he just needs to like just calm down, really just relax, and really like you can see he has a lot of potential, and I'm rooting for him because I want an assassin to really shoot off some really good plays, and so far it's going well. It's just it was a complete contrast in comparison to the last round with Arrow just maintaining that control the entire time, managing to get that double juggle and then just chunking him down. Even though he mistimed his force curve at the end, he still was basically establishing that lead over Yoma, which kind of sucked.
And he did get a few moments of time to put some pressure on Tadaka, but just nowhere near enough at that point. Tadaka was so far ahead, and this is perhaps really the big thing about Daka is he's just very good at avoiding those dangerous situations that assassins can put you in by constantly going back into stealth. But we'll have to see. I mean, Yoma has found a way to beat Daka before, but maybe in between that, he's learned something.
I feel like Yoma has a really good chance to win. You can see the potential. Like the second round did not obviously meet up to par for him, but like you can see that he has a pretty good chance. It's just a matter of making that happen, and I'm definitely am rooting for him. I really want to see just how well Yoma can actually perform against Arrow.
Yep. A friend wants me to give him a shout out. He tells me to say, "Hi, senpai." Senpai, I miss you. There you go.
I didn't know we were a sellout stream. We didn't give away shoutouts for free.
It's for my senpai. It's not for free. Alright. So Daka, convincing performance, has one set over his opponent, Yoma. Let's see what happens. The turning leaf is disabled now because of the blade barrier. And Yoma knows what's happening, and he already spends his tab. This is really bad. He doesn't have his flower down, and this is over. This is over, man. He's gonna get the grab off of this, and the animation canceling is coming really soon. Here's a grab. Expect the blade draw to come, and the game is over. It's over. Oh, and he actually tabs away. Oh, he did have the flower down. My bad. But it was so close. It was very close. And that was actually really good play from Yoma to get the flower down so quick. I actually didn't even see it. So he's gonna get a new lease on life, but still a very terrible situation for the assassin. Hits into the counter, tab immediately spent by the Blade Dancer, and the animation cancel, finally ending it. I thought that match was very scary.
I really feel like if Arrow waited, like maybe like an extra second before he did that flick up deflect on Yoma while he's on the floor, he probably could have just established a 100-0 right there. Like just simply because like that. The fact that the flower was there to just save him right in the nick of time, but at the same time, Yoma didn't have any much options at that point.
Yeah, he can't build up his pressure. You know, there's so much damage dealt by Pomf by the time Yoma actually is back in the neutral game. Like, he's just put into CC back to back to back. It's air combos into more air combos, into grabs, into knockdowns, into so many things. And then the blade barrier, by the time he gets his 2 feet on the floor and has a chance to even look at Pomf, or rather to even look at Errol, his health is almost completely gone.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Like, just the fact that like Arrow is continuously establishing that advantage over the assassin. It was like it's not in favor. Yoma is trying his best to even just catch up.
Alright, so Errol is just about to move on to the finals. He just needs to win one more, and it's been convincing so far. Yoma trying his best to do what he can to claw his way back into this series, but Errol is not giving him any opportunities. Let's see what happens in the opening moments here. He actually gets the right button stealth here, so this is really good for Yoma. Hits the shuriken. He's going to have the option to teleport and daze. C used to give him some invul while the blade barrier is down. And there's a daze, gets the instant air combo, and this is looking good for the assassin. The web on the floor. He's going to use his poison and get some stealth here. Let's see what he does. Lightning sword for the stun. Instant neckbreaker. Kicks into the stun again, and there's a tab spent by the Blade Dancer. The assassin still has his flower option available, and he has his tab available. Flower just dissipated, so only the tab, the 5-point, for another air combo for the Blade Dancer. A very tense situation for both players right now. Errol trying to buy time for his tab to come back up. Tab spent by the assassin and an instant teleport and a stun. And this could be the end of the match.
Oh, is this it?
The stun, the neckbreaker, and one more hit. Beautifully done by Yoma, and that is the kind of game you want to see out of an assassin. He gets the early stealth, which helped him out a lot. The stealth and the placement of the shuriken, and Yoma is gonna need to kill me.